Welcome to this week's edition of the Fordham Ram Roundup. We're here with Fordham baseball coach Kevin Leighton. Kevin, team on a little bit of a roll over the last five, won all of those games and come away with a nice 1-0 victory. Granted, it was an extra innings, it was a late night, but 3-game set sweep over St. Joe's last weekend. You got to be real happy with how the team's rolling right now.
Yeah, I mean, this last week it seemed like, everything seemed to go our way. We got some big hits when we needed it, and sometimes that happens. Sometimes things just never really go your way, and then there's points in the year or points in the game where everything you do, turns out and works. And we went through that stretch, I think, with St. Joe's, and it was good to see us battle against Hofstra in a tight game. And I thought some of our guys out of the pen really performed well and kept the game where it was and gave us an opportunity to win.
I know you talk about those big clutch hits. Justin Bardwell's had a lot of those over the last week or so. A-10 player of the week, now team's leading hitter. What have you seen out of the last couple weeks? Since Nico went down with that injury, Justin's really stepped it up offensively and defensively with the pitching staff.
Justin, I think he's had big hits throughout the course of his career. I think this year was just a little bit of a struggle for him early on, just not really driving the baseball, and then just got red hot over the last week or so, maybe 10 days. And, sometimes that happens for a catcher where, maybe on those midweek games on Tuesday or Wednesday you're not catching and you're not getting live at-bats, Monday through Thursday. And that at times can maybe throw you in a little bit of a slump. So it could be that he's been playing every game due to the injury and, just getting more live at-bats and more opportunities. And, we're happy to see him doing what he's doing.
You mentioned before the bullpen getting some big outs. You've got Melendez, you got Kyle, you got Brian as reliable arms. They've been there all year long. Over the last week, 3 of the freshmen have really stepped it up, along with Mike Cowell, Stankiewicz. I argue that Joe Quintal pitched the biggest inning and 2/3 on Saturday's extra inning game, and then Matt Mikulski had a big week last week. What have you seen? They struggled for that 2-3 week stretch, but then they've kind of gotten back in a groove. What have you seen out of those guys?
Yeah, I just think being ahead and being down the zone and being able to throw, 2, sometimes 3 pitches for strikes, that's I think the key for them. And recently, I agree. I mean, they went through a little stretch where it was a little rough, but for them to go out there and like you said, Quintal on the weekend and then also against Hofstra, I thought he probably had one of the bigger innings. Seeing them perform in kind of jam situations, runner on third, less than 2 outs, and to be able to get some big strikeouts or get out of an inning like that is huge and something that they could build on. And moving forward, they've been in those spots, and I don't think the pressure will get to them. So
this weekend you're hosting Dayton. You're at 10-5, a good spot, sitting in a tie for second place based on winning percentage, but Dayton's coming here. They got to get wins with 3 weeks to go to get back in the playoff race. What do you do against a team like that to keep your focus on, hey, we got to do our job, but this team is going to come in hungry?
Yeah, I mean, we have to score early. We got to keep the foot on the gas here. I think they're a scary team, and this is something we've talked about with our guys quite a bit. I mean, yes, we've done a good job. We were in a good spot, but really means nothing how you start. It's how you finish, and we can't take anything for granted. We have to play, one game at a time and basically take care of business that day, and then when that happens, move to the next day. It's something that we've been in a scenario like this, and we've gotten to that last game where it's you have to win, and you can't just put it on cruise control right now. So I think the guys know that. They've been getting it quite a bit from us, and I'm just excited to see them perform this weekend.
Here with our player interview with junior catcher Justin Bardwell. Justin, A-10 player of the week this week. You're swinging a really hot bat. What's changed over the last couple weeks? Are you just seeing the ball better or doing something maybe a little bit different at the plate?
Definitely seeing the ball a little bit better. Tried to shorten my swing, trying to finish more with 2 hands, and just looking for a pitch that I can drive. That's basically it.
The pitching, you've been catching a lot of innings. The pitching staff has really been impressive. Already the team strikeout record has already been broken, and then tying the team record with 21 strikeouts on Tuesday night. What was that like, catching a game like that where just every single pitcher seemed to have their best stuff?
It was awesome. When our pitchers hit their spots, they basically make my job easy, so I don't have to do much work. But it's been an awesome season so far, where they just keep hitting their spots, and we hope to keep it going.
This team has won 5 in a row. You welcome Dayton here this weekend. Dayton is going to be a hungry team as they're still trying to fight their way back into playoff contention with only 9 games left on the conference schedule. What does the team do to keep the focus on yourself, to keep those winning ways going this weekend?
We basically just got to keep doing what we're doing, keep scoring early, scoring first, and make sure our pitchers keep hitting strikes, getting ahead in the counts, and keep rolling, basically. It's just we got to keep playing our game.
Well, thanks so much, Justin. Best of luck this weekend.
Thank you very much.
That'll do it for this week's edition of the Ram Roundup. Special thanks to Kevin Leighton and Justin Bardwell for joining us. Fordham Baseball hosting the University of Dayton Flyers all weekend here at Houlihan Park. Friday is set for a 6 p.m. start. Saturday at 2 o'clock, it'll be Alumni Day with the Alumni Day ceremony before the game and a noon start on Sunday. Make sure to check FordhamSports.com for any updates on the series, as well as links for live video, audio, and stats. As always, you can follow the team on Twitter at Fordham Baseball. For the Ram Roundup, I'm Scott Kwiatkowski, and we'll see you next time.